Hey awesome ones, it's Heather here, and I have a question for you. Do you really schedule the me time for yourself? Like, I know for a fact that I used to just run myself ragged and hardly ever take time for myself, and no longer. Now I schedule it, and I'm going to share that with you in just a few seconds. So you're probably thinking to yourself, is this a beauty video? And I actually think it is, because you know those stressful days and the days where you're just like falling into bed, and then maybe you've done so much and there's so much anxiety that you're not even sleeping, and you're wondering where those bags go under my eyes, and how come I'm getting more wrinkles. And I think one of the main things is you're just not looking after yourself. You're not taking the time, the so-called me time, to really take care of you. And I would like to thank Carol. She's a long-time subscriber to our channel, and she reminded me a few weeks ago about how important it is to have me time, and I went, in my mind, I'm going to do a video on that one of these days. So yep, it is kind of a beauty video. So you're a person that really just tries to be a superwoman. You know what I mean? Like, I was definitely that person. I was suffering from migraines. I was definitely, my adrenaline supply was being depleted. And I had 4 kids, all under the age of 9 to look after. And I said, well, I can do the grocery shopping. I can make the dinners. I did all the laundry for all 6 of us. Even just thinking about that almost gives me a headache. And I think it has to do with the Susie homemaker mentality. Do you remember taking home ec in school? Like I do, and they taught us how to cook and how to clean and how to, hey, I was even sewing on the buttons and being the seamstress for the family. And then one day, it all came crashing down. It wasn't bad enough that I was getting all those migraines. And if you haven't ever had a migraine, I can't even begin to tell you how painful they are. And mine would last for days. And it wasn't even about that. I think, I don't know, I probably served dinner for everybody, and one of the kids said, I don't like that. And I just went up to Bill and I said, you know what, Bill? I'm leaving for a while. And I walked out the door. It was unbelievable that I, with 4 kids, would do that. And I think Bill thought I was just going to go for a walk, but I went to the city. And on the way, I had to take a train to the city. And on the way to the city, I just said to myself, I'm going back into modeling. I can't stand these. I mean, I was really, really hurting with it. I didn't even have a migraine that day, but they had been going on for years. And I went, I'm going to go back into modeling, and I can't take this anymore. And I got to the city. So I get to the city, and I went to take some money out of the machine. This shows you how the universe or God or whatever you want to call it works, because I had to take some money out. I thought I'll better take some cash. I put in my card to take out some cash. And the machine literally, it didn't eat my card, but it basically said that I didn't even have a balance left. And I was on the phone, my battery was dying to the bank. I'm trying to figure out what had just happened. And I just think it was fate. So I had enough juice to call Bill. And I said, Bill, I'm at the city. I don't know what's happened. I've been on hold forever. My phone is dying. And Bill said, stay there. He picked one of the restaurants that he knew I loved right around the area. And he got a sitter. He got on the train, and away he went. And well, he was on his way. I'm getting really honest with you guys, but I'm sure that maybe these things happen to you and you're just not acknowledging them and you're not making the me time. But anyway, back to the story. As I was waiting for like 2 hours for him in this restaurant, I started writing down everything. And I had a long list of, you guys don't do this, and you... And when he showed up, he, you know, he sort of said, talk to me. And I read off the list. And then when I was finished reading off the list, I went, this isn't your fault. Nothing here is your fault. Sorry, I'm getting kind of teary-eyed because it was so true. It was all my fault. I was the person who never delegated. I was the person that thought that I could do it all. I mean, I was also the second breadwinner. I was not a Susie homemaker. I was working. And, you know, it was one of those things where I said, okay, you know what, I'm coming back with you. I know I had credit cards. I don't know why I didn't even use those, but I don't know. I just knew that that was a sign that I had to see him again. And so I went home and I changed everything. Even though my girls were nine-ish, I taught them how to do their own laundry. They didn't like that very much. But Bill, he would come with me to do the grocery shopping. And Bill, you still do that, right?
Oh, yeah.
All the time he comes grocery shopping. As a matter of fact, just the other day we had 2 full carts of grocery shopping because the kids are coming home to see us. But everything changed, and then I wanted to do some changing about myself. So I really started thinking, you know, what can I do for me? And then I thought, every night I'm going to have a long bath. And I made this announcement to everybody. I said, fortunately there was more than one bathroom in the house, and I said, look, every night I'm taking a bath. I'm going to be in there. And I don't want anybody knocking on the door, or I lost something, or this or that. I said, I'm going to take a long bath. And I said, unless the house is burning down, nobody is allowed to bug me. And, you know, they were really good about that. And I think they saw a different kind of mom around here with the delegations, and everyone went, oh yeah, let's let her have her time there. So cue the lavender bubble bath and the soft music, and I even put some candles in there, and it was just, well, it still is. Every night I have a bath, and it's just so divine, and I just sort of let the world just be out there somewhere, and I just go into my little cocoon. Now you notice over here that I have one of those Himalayan salt lamps, and I also have one of those diffusers that, just depending on my mood, sometimes, you know, I'll have kind of a lavender scent going, or right now it's called Immune. I'm feeling a little cold coming on, so there's eucalyptus and that sort of thing. But at night I'm generally saying my prayers, having the bath. But it's the mornings. It's the mornings when I'm waking up that are the really true amazing time for me. And I'm just going to share it with you. I do have the most amazing husband, and we've been together now since we met, 21 years ago, Bill? And, you know, we've been raising 4 kids, and all the kids are out of the house now, and I guess you can call us empty nesters. And what Bill does every morning to wake me up, he brings me an amazing French pressed coffee. Puts it beside my bed, and that's my alarm. Can you believe it? I'm so lucky. And again, I work quite a bit, and I'm still a breadwinner, but that's how I wake up in the morning. And Bill knows, it's kind of like the bath time thing. He just knows, there's the coffee, Heather. I'm just gonna just go out of here and allow me to have my time. And I don't get migraines anymore, folks. So there you go. I learned that, you know, I've just got to, I do this. I don't know what it does, but it kind of just moves everything around. And sometimes when I'm doing this on my head, I can almost hear the cracking and that sort of thing. I do a lot of stretches. And then I guess you can call it meditating. It's not an om thing. I just listen. I listen and hear if there's any inspiration. A lot of the videos that you see I've got a piece of paper beside my bed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I'm going to write about that. And I think I'm going to do a video about that. And I'm going to write a script about it and make sure that that gets on for the Awesome Over 50 people. And it's also a time for gratitude. And I really sit back before I get up and I think about all the things that I'm so fortunate for. And, well, maybe not all of them. I mean, that would take a day and a half, but especially some of the recent things. And then after I've done all my stretches and everything, I'm ready to hit the day. And let me tell you something. If I miss this time in the morning, I'm just not myself. I'm just absolutely not. So no matter what time that is, I think one of the big messages here is it might be a different time of day for you, but just have this is my little serenity area right here at the corner of my bed. And, make sure you've got a little space for yourself and maybe some special things that mean a lot to you. And take that moment to really listen, to be still, to kind of get in touch with the universe and get your attitude of gratitude. So, there's something else that happens at this time as well, and I kind of touched on it a little bit. It's the creative juices start coming out and the inspiration, and you might find in this quiet, still time that you have that you say, do you know what? Like, I always could sing, or I always was really, really good in helping people, and you might find I don't want to use the word true calling, because it doesn't have to be that grand. It could be just something where, you know what, I think I'm going to volunteer. And you're fulfilling something. It's a passion, it's a purpose inside of you. And for me and Bill too, we found Awesome Over 50. And the idea is, let's just let people know that we really believe that the next 40 years or 50 years or however long it's going to be can be absolutely awesome. It's not the end of your life, it's the beginning of each day, and that's what we came across. And I think a lot of it was just being still and listening. And another thing that Bill and I do, and this is so important, we make a fun list. Once a year, we make a fun list. It's for, and I'll put the link to the fun list up there for you, for all the seasons. So in the winter, we might be saying, hey, let's go skiing. Or in the springtime, let's go see a concert. We went and saw last year, right, Bill? The Eagles and Bon Jovi. And, well, let me just think of some of the things we did last year. We went to California, and California, and we just did so many things, and took our 4 kids and their boyfriends and girlfriends, had this amazing dinner all together. And these are things that we plan for fun. And I think it's a great idea that part of your me time is also fun time. And don't forget to have some fun and have a few laughs. So Bill behind the camera there is also reminding me that a lot of them have $0 beside them. They don't cost us a thing. We also put on go bike riding 3 times in the summertime. Go play some cribbage, and those are the types of things that go hiking. There's some great parks around where we live, and I just sort of pack a lunch and away we go. So yeah, you don't have to, it can still be a fun list on a budget, but you're still having fun. So getting back to this beauty video, I really do think it's a beauty video. I think that my skin is softer. I think that, I still have wrinkles and everything, but there's a sparkle behind my eyes because I'm looking after myself. And I really truly believe that if you're just trying to be that superwoman for your boss, for your kids, for your husbands, for those friends that you feel you have to live up to, I'm just going to say, take a step back. Take a step back and just take some time for yourself. And I think it's really, really important because after all, if you're trying to be all that for your family especially, and your husband and everybody else, you're probably not the happiest or the healthiest, and you gotta be happy. So talking about being happy, another thing I did was I got a dog. Didn't I, Hurricane? I got a dog with lots and lots of kisses in him, and this little guy, I don't know, he just really brings down my blood pressure. And one of the reasons Bill and I didn't have a dog, you know, for the longest time was Bill was allergic to dogs. And this little guy, you got hair. He's a Yorkie, and for some reason, Bill's not allergic to him at all. And Bill, you absolutely love this guy, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
He walks him 3 times a day, and we all love our little Hurricane. And I know a lot of you out there, you love him too. So, you know, I think this was one of my most important videos because it's a message to just take care of yourself. And I really care about everybody who's, you know, in this community of ours. So I know you do too. And I just think it's important that you stop and evaluate really what you're doing to yourself, especially if you're over 50, and start taking care and talking about all those wonderful people. All you subscribers, you're the reason that we do this. And if you're not a subscriber, hey, you know what? There's a button down there. Go ahead and click on the button that says subscribe. And also don't forget to click on the bell. And what do you think, Hurricane? And by the way, this is a beauty video. Every Friday I do the beauty and fashion videos. And every Tuesday, travel, fun, that sort of thing. So thank you so much for tagging along with us. We really, really do appreciate it. And I guess until next time, look after yourself. Find that me time. Stay happy and healthy. And keep it awesome. Everyone's invited to subscribe and join us on our videos.